The silent signal the stars above Earth shone calmly. In the vast blackness of space, silence ruled. People on Earth had grown used to peace. No war, no fights, just quiet watching of the universe. Space satellites moved smoothly around the planet, their sensors scanning far beyond the solar system. Commander Liam Reed sat in the control room of Earth Space Defense Station. The room was filled with blinking lights and soft hums from machines. Reed's eyes moved quickly across the large screens. Most of the time, nothing happened here, just routine checks and data. But tonight, something was different. A small, strange signal appeared on the monitors. It was faint, weak, and almost lost in the noise of space. But Reed's trained eyes caught it immediately. "Commander, there's a signal from New Eden Colony," a young technician said nervously. It's an SOS." Reed's heart beat faster. New Eden was a small human colony on the edge of explored space. It was peaceful and quiet, a place of hope for many. They had no reason to send a distress call. "Play it again," Reed ordered. The soft beeping repeated a simple, old code. It was the Earth military distress code, used long ago in past wars. "How old is that code?" Reed asked. "Almost 100 years," the technician replied. "We thought it was no longer in use." Reed frowned. Why would New Eden send this old signal? Was it a mistake? Or something worse? The room grew tense as the signal repeated again and again. Reed called for an emergency meeting with the Earth Defense Council. The room filled with leaders from many countries, their faces serious. "The colony is far away," one leader said. "We don't know what danger they face." "Could it be a false alarm?" another asked. "Some glitch in the system?" Reed shook his head. "No, it's real. The signal matches the old Earth distress code perfectly. It means something serious happened." Outside the meeting room, news of the SOS leaked. People across Earth began to worry. But Reed had a feeling deeper than worry. Something about the signal felt like a call beyond just help. That night, as Earth's leaders debated, unknown watchers in space noticed the same signal. Alien ships, hidden in the darkness between stars, quietly tracked the SOS, they whispered, among themselves in strange languages. The signal was faint, but it meant one thing. Earth was calling. For centuries, Earth had hidden its true power. The humans had not fought in many years, but they were not weak. And the distant watchers knew this better than most. Back on Earth, Reed returned to his screens. He watched the signal pulse again, small and steady, like a heartbeat in the cold void. Why now? He wondered aloud. The satellites picked up something new. Shadows of ships moving quickly near New Eden. Aliens? Raiders? Or something else? Reed ordered the sensors to focus on those moving shapes. The ships were unlike any Earth technology. Sleek, dark, and fast. They stayed just out of reach, but followed the colony's signal closely. Reed's mind raced. If these ships attacked New Eden, it could start a war. But what if the SOS was not just a cry for help? What if it was a warning? A signal to call Earth's hidden strength. Earth's oldest secret was the lost Warfleet great ships built. In secret, waiting in deep space for a moment of great danger. No one had seen these ships for decades. They were legends, stories told to scare enemies. But now, the quiet SOS might wake them in the quiet of the night. Reed sent a coded message to the fleet's last known command center. Prepare to awaken. Back on Earth, the Defense Council was still unsure. Sending help could be a trap, one leader warned. "We risk everything for one colony." Reed stood firm. If New Eden falls, Earth's future is at risk. As tension grew, the mysterious alien ships grew bolder. They scanned the colony's defenses, probing weaknesses. Suddenly, the colony's communications went dark. Panic spread across Earth. The SOS had stopped, but Reed knew the signal had done. Its job done. It had called Earth's most fearsome Warfleet, the silent guardians waiting in shadow. And soon, those ancient ships would answer the call. The galaxy would soon see that Earth was no longer a quiet world. The silent signal was the beginning. Warning that humanity's power was awake. Asterisk. The summoning deep in the cold darkness beyond known space. The great ships lay hidden. These were not ordinary ships. They were Earth's ancient Warfleet, massive battleships built decades ago when humanity feared a great enemy. Over time, these ships disappeared from maps and stories. As if swallowed by space itself, Commander Reed's message traveled fast across secret channels. Prepare to awaken. Inside a huge ship called the Sentinel, lights flickered on after. Years of silence. Artificial intelligence systems came alive, humming softly. The crew, in cryo-sleep pods, began to stir. Captain Mara Jensen opened her eyes slowly. She was one of the few humans, chosen long ago to lead this fleet. Her face was calm but strong, ready for what was coming. Report, she said, her voice steady. The ship's I answered. A distant SOS signal has awakened the fleet. New Eden colony is in danger. Alien forces are approaching. Mara stood up and looked out at the endless stars through the ship's giant view window. Then it's time to go home. The other ships in the fleet started to power up. Engines glowed, weapon systems came online. For years, these ships had waited, quiet and forgotten, but now they were alive, ready for war. Back on Earth, news spread quickly. The public heard only whispers that the lost Warfleet was returning. Some feared war. Others felt hope. Alien watchers in space grew uneasy. They had counted on Earth to stay weak and silent. Now, the Warfleet was moving. The balance of power in the galaxy was about to change. Captain Mara gathered her officers. We don't know who attacked New Eden, but we will find them. And we will protect humanity. Her voice was calm but full of fire. The Warfleet moved as one. Fast, silent, deadly. They crossed vast distances of space, following the trail of the SOS signal. On board the Sentinel, Mara checked the latest data. The aliens near New Eden were unlike any humans had seen. Their ships were small but quick, with strange weapons. We must be careful, said Lieutenant Kai. They are scouts, testing us. Mara nodded. Then we will give them a lesson they won't forget. As the Warfleet approached New Eden, the colony was silent. Communications were still down. Reed's heart ached. Were the colonists safe? Or was this a trap? Suddenly, the fleet's sensors detected movement. Fast ships closing in on the colony. The aliens had not expected Earth's fleet to return. The Warfleet commander gave the order. Prepare for battle. Protect New Eden at all costs. In space, the silent Warfleet formed a shield around the colony. Their massive ships were a wall of steel and firepower. Alien ships fired first, but their attacks bounced harmlessly off Earth's shields. Mara smiled faintly. They don't know who they are fighting. The battle had begun, but this was only the start. Earth's Warfleet was more than ships. It was a message. The message that humanity was awake. And that no one would dare threaten Earth or its children again. Asterisk. The aliens shadow far from Earth and New Eden. In the dark reaches of space, the alien leaders gathered in a massive ship shaped like a giant crescent moon. The air inside was thick with tension. Screens showed images of Earth's ancient Warfleet, moving closer to New Eden. Humans, growled the alien commander, a tall being with glowing eyes named Vrex. They dared to send that signal. They summoned their legends. His council murmured in fear and disbelief. No one had seen Earth's Warfleet in generations. It was a ghost story, a warning told to scare young warriors. But now the ghosts had come alive. Vrax slammed the fist on the table. We must stop them. If the Warfleet reaches New Eden, our plans will fail. A smaller alien, sleek and silent, stepped forward. We can send scouts to spy. Find their weaknesses. Vrax nodded. Do it, but be careful. Humans are unpredictable. Back near New Eden, the Earth Warfleet scanned the dark space. Sensors caught brief flickers, fast ships hiding in the shadows. Lieutenant Kai frowned. Enemy scouts. They are watching us. Captain Mara tightened her grip on the control panel. They want to learn our secrets. We won't let them. The Warfleet set traps, false signals, sudden movements to confuse the spies. But one scout ship was clever. It slipped through the defenses, moving fast and quiet. Inside the scout, an alien pilot named Scylla watched Earth's fleet with wide eyes. She was young and curious, different from her hardened comrades. This fleet is unlike anything I imagined, she whispered. They are strong and organized. We underestimated them. Scylla's orders were clear. Gather information and report back. But as she observed the humans, doubt grew inside her. Are we the true monsters here? She wondered. Meanwhile, on Earth, Commander Reed received strange signals, small bursts of alien communication intercepted from the scouts. They are nervous, Reed said. They fear us. But he knew the danger was real. The alien shadow was watching, waiting for a chance to strike. Captain Mara prepared her fleet for the unknown. We must be the warning. Earth's Warfleet held its position near New Eden, its massive ships glowing faintly in the dark space. Captain Mara Jensen stood on the bridge of the Sentinel, eyes sharp and voice calm. We have waited long enough, she said. It is time to send a clear message. Commander Reed, back on Earth, nodded as he watched live data from the fleet. Prepare the communication channels. Send the warning. A powerful broadcast was sent across space, strong enough to reach the alien fleets watching silently. The message was simple but clear. Back away from New Eden. Stop your attacks or face the full power of Earth's Warfleet. The warning echoed through the cold void, a voice of calm but deadly strength. Alien Commander Vrax listened to the message in his dark ship, his face twisted with anger. They threaten us? These humans dare to order us? His council shouted. In disagreement. Some urged caution, others wanted war. Vrax's eyes burned with fury. We will teach them a lesson. But not everyone agreed. Scylla, the young scout who had watched Earth's fleet, stepped forward. Commander, we should consider their warning. They are stronger than we thought. Vrax growled. Weakness. We cannot show fear. Back on Earth's fleet, Captain Mara watched the alien response carefully. Hours passed in tense silence. Then, the alien ships began to move, not away, but closer. Prepare for battle, Mara ordered. The warning was ignored. The calm before the storm shattered. On New Eden, the colony's lights flickered under the shadow of the approaching alien fleet. Commander Reed's voice was steady but firm. This ends now. The Warfleet's weapons powered up, ready to defend humanity's home. The war was no longer a threat. It was reality. *DY. They will test US again. In the silence of space, the hidden watchers watched even closer. The game had begun, and no one knew who would win. Clash in the void. The blackness of space suddenly burst into chaos. Alien warships surged forward, weapons glowing ominously. Earth's Warfleet, massive and steady, formed a protective shield around New Eden. Captain Mara Jensen stood firm on the Sentinel's bridge. Hold your positions. Protect the colony at all costs. Laser beams cut through the darkness. Explosions lit the void like distant stars. The alien ships fired first, hoping to break Earth's defenses quickly. But Earth's Warfleet was ready. Powerful energy shields absorbed the attacks. Advanced cannons returned fire with deadly accuracy. Lieutenant Kai shouted, "Enemy frigate disabled!" Another one retreating. Yet the aliens fought fiercely. Their ships were small, fast, and unpredictable. They used swift maneuvers, trying to find weak spots. Mara watched carefully. Don't let them slip through. Focus fire on their command. Ship. Suddenly, an alien fighter zipped past the defenses, closing in on New Eden's orbit. Interceptor squadron, engage. Mara ordered. Fast Earth fighters raced to meet the enemy. The two sides clashed in a deadly dance of speed and fire. Commander Reed monitored the battle from Earth. His face was tense. This is more than a skirmish. It's a test of strength and will. Back on the Sentinel, Mara smiled slightly. They thought Earth was weak. They were wrong. The Warfleet's secret weapons began to activate. Silent drones launched into space, ready to disrupt alien communications. The aliens growled in frustration. Their plans were falling apart. Suddenly, the sky lit with a massive explosion. One of the alien command ships was hit, losing power. Alien commander's voice crackled over the comms, furious and shocked. Mara's voice was calm. This is Earth's warning. Respect it. The battle raged on, but slowly Earth's Warfleet gained the upper hand. In the dark void, a new power had awakened. The galaxy was watching, and humanity was no longer the underdog. The turning point. The battle in space had reached its peak. Earth's Warfleet was holding strong, but the alien forces were relentless. Both sides had lost ships, and the quiet stars seemed to watch silently. Captain Mara Jensen stood on the bridge of the Sentinel. Her eyes scanned the battlefield, searching for the moment to change everything. Suddenly, a hidden compartment on the ship opened deep inside. From it, a new weapon was ready, a weapon never shown before. This is our secret, Mara said quietly. The weapon they never expected. The Warfleet commanders prepared the device. It was a powerful pulse cannon that could disable enemy ships without destroying them. A way to end the battle fast and with less bloodshed. Mara gave the order. Fire the pulse. A wave of energy surged through space. Alien ships trembled. As their systems shut down one by one, the alien commander Vrax stared in disbelief. Impossible. How do they have this technology? Scylla, the young scout, watched from her disabled ship. She whispered, "They are stronger than anyone believed." With their ships powerless, the alien fleet had no choice but to retreat. Earth's Warfleet moved forward, but Mara held them back. No more fighting. We want peace, but we will protect ourselves. Back on Earth, Commander Reed smiled as the news came in. The secret weapon had turned the tide of war. The galaxy began to take notice. Humans were no longer to be underestimated. The silent signal had summoned not just ships, but a new era. An era where Earth's power would be respected. A new era. The alien ships retreated into the dark corners of space, defeated but not destroyed. Earth's Warfleet held strong around New Eden, standing as a silent guardian. Captain Mara Jensen looked out at the stars from the Sentinel. This is not the end, she said softly. It's only the beginning. Back on Earth, people celebrated quietly. They had feared war, but now they saw a new future, one where humanity was respected and feared in the galaxy. Commander Reed spoke to the world. We sent one simple SOS. It was a call for help, but also a call for respect. The galaxy listened. Alien worlds began to rethink their stance on humans. Whispers spread. Earth was no longer weak, no longer a forgotten planet. It was a force to be reckoned with. But Mara knew the true challenge was ahead. We must stay ready. We must show that Earth's power is for protection, not conquest. New Eden began to rebuild, stronger than before. The Warfleet stayed near. A promise of safety and strength. In the quiet after the storm, humans looked up at the stars with new hope. A silent signal had awakened Earth's might, and the galaxy's future was changing forever. Asterisk.